pointed out.
Yeah, well, I was just going to concur with Felicia's assessment of it, and I think, Bob, you certainly have touched, just in responding to that. But that was my sense, and then sort of, again, get so much printed material, and then get, in between hearings and so forth, and you kind of narrow that down as to what you actually, put for consideration in what you're bringing forward to us. But that, again, I don't know that folks have offered necessarily, as you said, John, ways to, accomplish that. And maybe they assume that's for this council and its respective staff and consultants to figure it out, versus offering suggestions, but they sort of commented about what they'd like to see as it relates to that. The question I wanted to ask, though, was just as it relates to covered actions. And does this, in your comment review, include, because we had those workshops with folks as a result, obviously, of ongoing concerns about what consistency findings would entail, what covered actions would entail, and so forth. And I noted, in your summary here that, your assessment that the language is broad, that, all covered action proponents shall certify that the covered action shall comply at all times. I don't know if it's forever at all times, but it says at all times with existing applicable law. I would agree that's very broad, and certainly attorneys will look at that, and people will try to decipher what all that means. But the question is did you take into account then what we heard in submittals that have come in either prior to or after we had those workshops?
Unless they appeared in the record of public comments that were on the council website, no, we did not.
Okay.
So Don, the workshops that we've had do not necessarily involve written submissions. Occasionally, I think, Mr. Coolidge,
yeah.
We've gotten a written document that gets translated into something that's on our website. But otherwise, a lot of it's verbal, and that would not be reflected in their review.
Okay. Because, again, I felt there was some important dialogue, certainly both ways that ccame out of that. And, again, I certainly compliment Gloria for her prodding, and certainly Keith for your assistance, and others that putting those together. And many of us, had the ability to attend some of the sessions. But I think it's important because, again, if it's not in writing, obviously, then it may be more difficult to compilate or to respond to. But there has been some follow-up, I think, at least in a couple cases with some, because the chair's been very good about asking, put that in writing. I think
several folks have put specific concerns in writing. What hasn't gotten in is any of the back and forth and the more theoretical discussions that we've had as part of the workshop.
Okay, thanks.